Thanks, Ryan and Kendall. A concert series for seniors returns to Shell Lake this month, and the Grand Marshals have been announced for Moose Lake's 4th of July parade. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in northern Minnesota, where there is new access to food for those in need. Northridge Community Credit Union has opened 5 new Little Free Pantries at each of their branches across the Iron Range and one in Ely. People can visit for supplemental food 24/7, 365 days a year. Organizers hope this can help people until they can visit a local food shelf or other food resources. Community members who are able are encouraged to donate to these pantries when they can. The buildings were donated by Gruba Dirt Works. Next, we head to Shell Lake, Wisconsin, where a popular concert series is returning this summer. The Summer Senior Social Dinner and Concert Series was originally started during COVID as a way for seniors and their caregivers to socialize safely. They've been a hit, and now the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Washburn County is hosting it for a 4th summer. There will be 3 events, with the first being held on June 19th. Tickets are a suggested contribution of $6 to $8 for those over the age of 60 and $15 for other attendees. All are welcome, but registration is required. And we wrap up in Moose Lake, where the Grand Marshals have been announced for this year's 4th of July parade. Mayor Ted Shaw and his wife Deb have been given the honor this year. Mayor Shaw grew up in Moose Lake and after serving with the Air Force knew he wanted to return. He served on the school board for a decade, while Deb, also a Moose Lake grad, worked as the public library director. Ted took over as mayor 20 years ago after the former mayor and his high school principal asked if he would run. He said his most trying days were after the flood of 2012, but the town has persevered and bounced back. Looking to the future, he hopes to increase housing near the new school. Mayor Shaw said he's honored to be chosen as this year's Grand Marshal and thanked his family for their support. As always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city by city.